I'm on a mission to find my preferred spins. I have 66 different samples in this box. 50 sheep breeds and 16 non-wool samples. Some of which I've tried before, some of which I haven't. What's up, y'all? I'm Kara. Welcome back to my channel. I'm starting a fiber study for the first quarter of 2026. I'm on a mission to try all the samples I have, figure out what breeds I like, what breeds I don't like. Will I like spinning cotton? Stick around and find out. For the next 13 weeks, I'm going to try 5 samples in this box, and they're going to be randomized. I have this list of everything in the box. I have 50 sheep breeds, 16 non-wool, so alpaca, cotton, different silks, mohair, all that. And I'm gonna roll some dice to figure out what we're gonna do each week. But the plan is to start with 3 wool and 2 non-wool, and then once we start whittling away at the list, we'll do more wool, less non-wool, because that's how the math is mathing. So the way I've got it parsed out is that I'm gonna roll a D6 and a D10 for the 50 breeds, and just a D20 for the 16. And if I roll 17, 18, 19, 20, I just reroll. So let's roll some die. For breeds, got number 14, Romney. Breed number 2 is 29, which is Derbyshire Gritstone. And breed number 3, 13, which is Teeswater. All right, and then for our non-wool, we're rolling a D20. Number 7, cotton, starting off strong. And our other non-wool, 10, baby Camel. Let's pull them out. Got my samples out. So some of these breeds are ready to spin. Some of them I need to card or comb before actually spinning them, so they're just the locks, like the Teeswater. The Teeswater is the locks, and they're really pretty. Here's Romney, and I am going to leave a little bit of, you know, the locks or whatever it is I end up spinning unspun, so I can put it into, I'm gonna make a little binder with notes and samples and stuff. And I am gonna card this because it is short enough. Oh, there's some really cute little curls in here. Something that I want to learn more about this year is fiber prep. I could make a little rolag out of this, but I don't think I'm gonna, because I don't feel like it. And I'm not really good at doing that. I'm gonna spin the floof. And I think for my notebook binder, I literally just came up with this idea just now, 5 seconds ago, is to not only do a sample of the fiber before and after I spin it, but the yarn itself before and after I full it. Just because that could be interesting to see the difference. Because some fibers don't really change that much, but some of them do. Especially if you're trying to get a certain weight of finished yarn, then knowing how much it would full would dictate what size single and yarn you spin before you full it. That could be good to know, actually, so I think I will do that. Another thing I want to learn this year is woolen spinning, so like long draw, and getting better at making rolags, because some breeds are like, that's how they want to be spun. And that's something else I would like to experiment with, is how a breed would turn out worsted spun versus woolen spun, or should I do one or the over the other for a specific breed, or stuff like that. Anyways, the Romney. I'm liking this. I like this. I did spin a braid of Romney earlier this year, and I thought it was okay. So this is very different. I think this particular sheep was definitely like this, you know, whoever had this particular sheep was breeding them for their fiber, because it is much nicer than the romney I spun earlier this year. Now I'm gonna apply it. One thing I haven't come up with is how I'm gonna rate my samples, which is something I should probably do. I haven't fully fleshed out the note-taking part of this project yet. I think that will be something I figure out as I go, or at least, you know, do the first week or two, see what comes out of my note-taking, and use that as the basis for what I grade braids on. So like, oh, how did I like how this drafted? That's the main thing that comes to mind, because that's really the biggest thing for me. Is if I don't like how it drafts, then I won't like spinning it, because that's kind of like the whole, most of the work is the draft. And especially since right now I'm really only doing worsted spinning. There's my little romney sample. That's gonna be really fluffy. It's gonna be really fluffy. That's romney carded. Do you want to comb it right now? What the hey? I already like this so much better than the carded. I mean, probably because carding is a woolen prep and I wasn't spinning woolen. The math just did not math. Oh, another factor I'm definitely gonna be grading on is, does it like to spin thin? Because I like to spin thin. Alrighty, look at that. Perfectly balanced. Ta-da! Another sample. Right now they look the same to me. But I did like the combed prep better as of the experience of spinning it. The main thing I'm after with this project is, what do I like the experience of best? What don't I ever want to experience again? And maybe what kind of sheep I would want to have on my future hypothetical lesbian fiber arts commune. All right, so we did romney. I liked it. I liked it. I still have reservations about it because I know that breed can have so much fluctuation in the fiber quality because it's not bred for its fiber. Next is Derbyshire Gritstone. I don't know anything about this breed. I'm just gonna spin it. I like it. It's got like, it drafts smoothly with just a little bit of tooth, which is what I like. And I can spin it very thin. I guess when I'm looking for a breed that I love, I have to immediately be like, oh my God, this is a dream. Like, that has to be my immediate reaction, I feel. As of right now, that could change. Like I said, I made the rules. I can change them. And there we have it. Our Derbyshire Gritstone. I like that. That is nice. Nice and smooth. Last breed is gonna be the Teeswater. Look at those. Oh, they're so pretty. These definitely have to be combed. Oh, I like this. I like this. And I know that this fiber is going to have a sheen. Like the yarn, it's going to be shiny. I don't have a ton of experience spinning long wools, so I definitely have to be more conscious about my spinning technique. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Always good to be paying attention to what you're doing. Everything definitely did not die. All right, we have 2 non-wool samples left. We've got cotton and baby camel. I'm gonna start with cotton because I don't know, because I feel like it. I've heard cotton is difficult to spin. Now, I already know I don't like knitting with cotton, I'll tell you that. Okay, it dry, you know, it feels like I'm ripping apart a cotton ball. Definitely gotta do short drafts, but honestly, that's really the only hard part about it. My tension's way too high for this activity. I do like my tension high, but that's a little egregious for this. I think it's okay. I can do it pretty thin. I don't hate it. Would I seek it out? No. Probably pre-drafting would be helpful, because like this is really dense. If I had to pick between knitting and spinning cotton, I'd rather spin it than knit with it. That's for sure. Apply it. If I ever did spin cotton, I would definitely let those bobbins rest because of how much twist you have to put in there. There's a lot of energy in there. That single just really wanted to twist up on itself. And there we go. A little bit of cotton. I don't like how the roving feels. But feels like squeaky. Like it gives me the equivalent feeling of nails on a chalkboard. Just like that. Just like, ugh. No thanks. We got our last one. Baby camel. So, when you think of a camel, you're probably thinking about the camel in the desert, right? That's not this camel. This is a different camel. This is a camel that lives up in like Mongolia, where it's cold. So this is the like down of Bactrian camel. The desert camel is the dromedary. So, and those camels only have one hump. Bactrian, I keep wanting to say bacitracin because it looks like bacteria. Bactrian camel has 2 humps. So this is like the undercoat of a baby camel. And it's really soft. It kind of feels like alpaca. It's very nice to spin. I think for me, this isn't about like the spinning experience, but the softness of it. The luxury of it. I mean, it does make sense that this reminds me of alpaca because they are all camelids. They're all related. It's soft in a slightly different way than alpaca. Well, that concludes this week's fiber study. Out of all of them, the Derbyshire Gritstone. That was my favorite sheep. And out of the non-sheep, I liked the camel more than the cotton. If you enjoyed this video and want more fiber charcuterie reactions, hit the subscribe button down there. Put more like breed information and show you like the notes that I'm taking on stuff on my Patreon. I'll see y'all next week. 5 more random samples. Thanks for making it through this video. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about me. I appreciate you. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!